Okay, good morning. So we're doing yoga today. Per our discussion last night, for those of you who were there, this yoga session is going to be really like not yin yoga, not like restorative yoga, but it's going to be pretty gentle, and it should feel rejuvenating. So it's going to be a little bit of hard work, but a lot of just like stretching, breathing, and kind of all about pushing our edges into like what feels good in our body. And I know a lot of you have been working really hard with me the other workouts. So this is a good day to sort of take like an active rest workout. So that's kind of what this is designed to be. So let's get started. Actually, we're going to start seated, just with some breath work. So come to like an easy seated position on your mat, hands on your knees. Sit up real tall, like there's a string pulling you from the ceiling. So you're just like lifted all the way up, and we'll just gently blink our eyes closed. So take a big breath in and an open mouth exhale. Good. Whatever's coming the rest of the day, whatever's on the to-do list, is going to just wait for like about 45 minutes. We're just going to tune into our bodies, our breath, the movement here. Take another big breath in. Exhaling out any stress you're carrying in your shoulders. Good. Put a little smile on the corners of your mouth, and we'll take one more breath in. And open mouth exhale like you're breathing through a straw. Good. All right. Blink your eyes open. And from here, let's actually start crouching. We're going to start like all the way from the bottom on up. I want to really get into like those toes. And I know right now a lot of us are not wearing heels and not going into the office. It probably feels really good to let those feet be more natural. But so what I'm doing is kind of put your heels up and lean forward. So we're stretching out those toes. Just don't they don't get love like this that often. So kind of back and forth, and then you can use your hands to kind of put leverage opening through your hips, going to the left and right. And then even if I'm not cueing the breath, think about these deep cleansing breaths. Big inhale, open mouth exhale. Breathing into that stretch. Good. Let's lower those heels, and we're going to curve through that spine. So lower your heels. You can come to like a wide-legged kind of yogi squat if that feels okay. Curve through that spine, and we're going to get that upper back. And same thing, kind of left and right. So reach forward with that left hand. Reach forward with the right. And shifting left to right a little bit, getting deeper into these hips. Good, and then walk those hands back up. And from here, kind of gently release those hips, and we'll come to tabletop position. And we'll start with cat and cow. So from a neutral spine, you're going to drop your belly, pull your shoulders back, look up at the ceiling, and then reverse it all. Exhale, drop your head, press up through your shoulder blades, curve the spine. Moving with your breath, take a couple on your own here. Just kind of moving, warming up that spine. But you can kind of take some figure eights, maybe side to side feels good, or curving around, moving those hips. Take whatever movement feels good in your body. Good. Okay, on your next, after your next breath cycle, we'll come back to a neutral spine. And from here, we're going to shift into thread the needle. So shift that hand, weight to your left hand. Inhale, sweep the right hand up, looking up at the ceiling.
And then we'll exhale, twist and reach. And we'll just come right away to resting on your shoulder, drop that forehead, and we'll take that left hand up to the ceiling. Make sure you're breathing in here. You take some like twist your wrist, some like wrist circles. You could also take a bind, bringing that left hand around to your hip. So it really just depends on your flexibility, your mobility through the shoulders. Make sure you're breathing wherever you are though. Take one more inhale and exhale, release it all. Bring that left hand back down to the ground. Take a quick counter stretch on the right side. Just back up. Go ahead and then we'll switch sides. So shift your weight over to the right hand. Inhale, left hand's gonna sweep up high. Exhale, twist, reach through and drop your shoulder, drop your head. And you can just leave your hand planted on the mat if you want, kind of use that to leverage your twist. Ideally, I'd love to have you open up through that whole shoulder girdle. So right hand's up at the ceiling, or even drop it down to your hip and take a bind. Make sure you're breathing here, taking those deep breaths in and exhale. Good. Big inhale and exhale. Good. On your next inhale, we'll reach that hand up high and exhale, plant it down, come back up to tabletop position. Good. All right, we're going to start warming up those core muscles more than just the actual spine. So we're going to go into bird dog, and we'll go reach around, grab the ankle, kick, extend, and curve your spine. Bring that knee and elbow together underneath. We'll go out, around, kick. It's going to challenge your balance a little bit. Come out and bring it down. So do about 5 of those, and we'll switch to the other side. If that's a little challenging for you, you're working on building up strength, just try taking that one hand and opposite leg out and bringing that belly button into your spine, building up core strength here. Or you could even just do one at a time, maybe just the arm or just the leg. Wherever you are, perfect. Whew. Good. I'm going to get one more on this side. Come back down. Maybe shake everything out a little bit. And we'll switch over to the opposite side. So we'll sink into the left hand. We're going to extend. Nope. Switch. Right hand. Left leg goes out. Left hand, right leg. And now we're going to kick back. Grab that ankle. Look up at the ceiling. If you're grabbing your ankle, let's look all the way up at the ceiling, really opening through that upper back and shoulders. Good. Extend with control. Curve the spine, knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Trying to move with your breath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Good. So moving with control. Brace. Moving with our breath. Nice and slow and controlled, like it's a beautiful dance. Good. I'm going to get one more on this side. Good. Finish with knee to elbow. And then let's push back into child's pose. So spread those knees wide, big toes together to touch. We sink down into your hips. And then tippy toe your fingers forward and drop that head to the mat. And we'll breathe right here in this resting pose. Take a big inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Good. One more breath here. Big inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Good. On your inhale, rise up
And we're gonna did this a little bit last week if you joined me, but we're gonna do a little bit of like a mini push-up from your knees. So it's gonna look like this. The whole thing is gonna be from child's pose. Curve up, curve through that spine, keep your hands straight, drop all the way down, look up for like stretching out the front line of your body. Push those hips up. We'll do a push up and push back into child's pose. Okay, so we're gonna curve like our body's like a wave moving over these arm posts. Look up, hips go up, baby push-ups. So with these baby push-ups, think about getting your nose all the way down to the ground and up with control. And then push back. So we're gonna do a couple more of these. Warming up the spine, building heat through the core. Good, let's get two more. Nice and slow and controlled. There's no rush here. Hips up, tight. Your body's like one long line of energy from your knees to your shoulders, and then you lower all the way down to your nose, touch the ground. Back up and press back. Good, we'll get one more here. And press back. Good. And again, check in with your body here. Maybe spread those knees a little extra wide. Big toes together. Sink those hips down. A big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Good. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop and lower all the way down onto your belly. We're going to move into cobra. This is I really like this sequence. It just sort of feels nice once you get the sequence down. So we're going to lift up with cobra. And with cobra, you're not pushing through your hands. You're actually, it's the same as Superman's that we do during our workouts, right? Your toes are down on the ground. Squeeze up the whole line of your posterior chain through your legs, your glutes, your lower back until those shoulders just rise off the ground. And if you want to keep your hands on the ground, that's just fine, but we're not pushing with our hands. We're just elevating and lower. And then from here, we'll take that left hand out. Kick your right leg up, right heel to the ground, and we'll open up to the ceiling. Okay, come back onto your belly. We'll do cobra, and then the opposite direction. Right hand goes out, left leg's gonna go up and over. So your knees up, your whole sole of your foot is on the ground. Open up, and come back down. Good. We'll go through this a couple times. Left hand extends, right leg, so the whole sole of the foot goes down. Open up, exhale, come back. Cobra. Good. Extend that right hand, left leg. Good. Go through this just one more time on your own, and then we're going to combine these two sequences that we've been doing. Make sure every movement you're moving with your breath. Think about inhaling as you expand, exhaling as you contract. All right, beautiful. So now we're going to combine this with child's pose. We're going to wave over that body, wave up and then down. Get a push up, back down. From here, we're going to extend that left hand. We'll go up. In the middle now, we're just taking one cobra. Right hand goes out, left leg, come back to the midline, and we'll push back into child's pose. Good, we'll do it again.
Come on up like an undulating wave. Hips go up, lower slowly down, back up for that push-up, lower down again, right, left hand goes out, come on up, come back, cobra one time in the middle, extend the right hand, left leg, up, good, come back, and push back into child's pose. Good. We'll do that one more time here. Everything all together. So come up, undulating like a wave over those straight arms. Look up. You could bring your toes up too, kind of like you're like a circus seal, right? And then press those hips up. Lower down for the push up. Back up. Slowly lower down. Left hand goes out. Right leg. Good. Come to the middle for cobra. Slowly lower, right hand goes out, left leg up. Go ahead and push back into child's pose. Good. On your inhale, come on up to tabletop. I'm going to take my socks off. It's cold in the basement when I start here in the morning, but then get warmed up. And we're going to move into like a first standing sun salutation. Okay, so from tabletop, let's tuck those toes and we'll press up into downward dog. Find your spacing here so your feet are about hip width apart. And we'll just pedal those heels out to begin. So again, might kind of stretch out the toes like we did in the very beginning. Pressing your heels down, getting that calf stretch. Good, and let's unite the breath with a big inhale, lift those heels up. Exhale, sink your heels down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, look forward. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Come to a forward fold. Let that head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, so flat back. Crown of your head is reaching forward. Your arms are reaching backwards, so like you're making a tipped over L shape. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Good. Come up to mountain, reach up as tall as you can. I'm just going to move this video a little bit so you guys can see me as I move through these. There we go. I'm going to pause the recording for a second. Okay, so we'll come up to mountain. So standing really tall, just hands up. Take a lateral stretch to the right, curving that whole body like a C. So hips are going out in one direction, your arms are going the other. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other direction. Good. Inhale, back up. And then we'll cactus those arms, take a baby back bend. And as you do, squeeze your glutes to protect that lower back. Good. Inhale, back up. Come all the way through to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, thinking of reaching in opposite direction. So the crown of your head is reaching out as far as you can. Your hands are reaching behind. Your palms up. Triceps are flexed. Everything's kind of squeezing in. And then we'll exhale, forward fold. Step back into that high plank. If you want, you can lower for a little push up and back up. And then from there, we'll push up into upward dog. Yes. And you can drop your knees or not. Tuck your toes. Press all the way up into down dog. Good. We'll take one breath here. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. One more breath. Big inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Good. On your next inhale, look forward. And walk your feet up to meet your hands. We'll move through this a little bit quicker this time. So exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, making a beautiful L shape. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to mountain. Exhale, we'll get a lateral stretch to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lateral stretch to the left. Inhale, back up. Good. Cactus those arms, baby back bend. Inhale up and exhale, flow all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back into that high plank. We'll lower halfway down. Inhale up into up dog. So your legs are squeezed together, flexing every part of your lower body. Get those knees off the ground, shoulders back, a little smile on your face. From here, we'll tuck those toes and press up into downward dog. Good. We'll take a breath here. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, we're going to sweep this right leg up high, and we're going to warm up the core with it. So we're going to exhale, bring that knee to nose. Inhale, up high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, high. Good. We're going to twist. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, bring it up high again. And now exhale, come all the way through. You can shimmy your leg up there if you need to. Get your leg right between your hands. And we're going to come up for a crescent lunge. So both feet facing forward, squeezing those legs together, hands up. And once you're here, checking with your body. Tuck your tailbone under, tight core, shoulders down, not reaching up into your ears. Little smile on your face, again, telling your body everything is okay. Take a big inhale. And exhale, ground that back heel down or keep the front leg the same. And we're in warrior one. Good. So we'll take a moment here to set this up. So your body's like a spiral staircase in this warrior one. So your hips are pointed towards the front of your mat. Shoulders, your whole body's kind of twisting around. Nice, strong position. Big inhale. And exhale, let's take those hands down. And we'll grab the hands behind you, look up. Big inhale again, and exhale, come forward all the way to like a humble warrior. Drop that head down, arms go up. Make sure you're breathing here. Good. On your next inhale, rise up for bound warrior. Again, looking up at the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release those hands. We'll go back into warrior one. And exhale, hands go down. Plant your hands, step back. We'll go through that vinyasa, lower halfway. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your toes and your hips high and back. Good. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. On your inhale, we'll sweep that left leg high. Same thing on the other side. So exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, shifting forward. Inhale, sweep that leg high. Exhale, twist. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up. And now exhale, come all the way through to a low lunge. That left foot right up by your hands. Shimmy it up there if you need to give it a little help, no problem. And now we're gonna rise up. So squeeze those legs together. Core comes up, arms up, and we're in crescent lunge. Go ahead, take a breath here. And exhale. Good, one more breath, inhale. Exhale, ground that back, heel down. Good, and we'll set up for warrior one. So again, check your hips. They shouldn't be out at a 45-degree angle. They're twisting forward like our body is this beautiful spiral staircase, sinking down through the legs, reestablish that bend in your front knee, and from your hips, you're elevated just like when we started this practice. So smile on your face, big inhale, and exhale. Let's bring those hands together behind us. We'll come all the way down to a humble warrior, letting that head sink down. Make sure you're breathing. You can get into those hips right here. Arms go back, getting a little pinch maybe in your shoulders. A big inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, rise all the way up for bound warrior. Look up at the ceiling. And exhale, release. Go ahead, inhale, and just go back up for warrior one. Get back into your position. Big inhale. And exhale, sweep those hands all the way down and step back. Go through your vinyasa here, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog, little smile on your face. Exhale, send those hips high and back for down dog. Go ahead, take a big inhale. And exhale. Good, one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale, look forward. Come to your knees and just have a seat. Just gonna take a breather for a second, grab some water. Maybe towel off if you like. Good. How are you doing? Good, awesome. Okay, we are going to get into these hips, which I'm really excited about because I know a lot of you, I'm hearing from a lot of my clients, like either lower back pain or sitting more than normal because of COVID and quarantine and working from home. So we're going to really get into these hips and lower back for like the next part of this practice. I think that should feel really good. So let's meet back in downward dog. So tuck those toes, press the hips high, press into the palms of your hand. Again, we're going to sweep this right leg high, and this time you can kind of play around with it. Drop it back behind you, open that hip. You take some like hip circles, or even drop all the way down for a wild child. If you want to flip, sometimes it's called wild child, sometimes it's flip dog. Reaching out behind you. Whatever you're doing, it's fine. Come on back though. We're going to go back to three-legged dog. And we're going to come forward to pigeon. So bring that knee up to your hand. Try to get that shin parallel or close to parallel with your mat. And first we're going to sit up really tall. This beautiful proud pigeon. It's up on your fingertips. Your left leg is pointing back. Take a big breath in. Puff up that proud chest. And exhale, walk those hands forward and surrender down to the ground. If you can, if you have the ability to just drop your head on the ground, that's awesome. If you don't, make sure your head is supported. So maybe stack your hands, stack your fists, or even grab a book or pillow or a box or something. So the idea here is it's a longer pose. And it's a deeper stretch, really getting into that deep fascia. Now that we're good and warmed up, I'm letting gravity work while we just surrender. Sort of a good reminder that sometimes we can just let it be easy. We don't always have to force things or hustle and grind. It can just be a little bit easy. Also along those lines, it can be a pretty intense pose. So make sure you're cueing your nervous system that we're okay with this, right? Breathing in, put a little smile on your face, relax your face, not grimacing. Good. One more breath here. And on your inhale, walk your hands back up. If you want, you can
kind of challenge your core strength here with that right hand up, and then even take it a little bit further. Both hands up, pausing right here, put a smile on your face. And exhale, hands go down. And we're gonna go right over that hip into a stretch of the legs, right? So we're gonna go over that hip, so right leg's in, left leg's out. And from here, I'm just gonna spin around so I don't have my back to you. So from here, I'm gonna sit up really tall. Again, just like we did at the beginning, sitting up tall like there's a string pulling us from the ceiling. And just walk those hands straight forward. Trying to keep the chest up like you're leading with your heart, leading with your chest, not curving your back around. We really want to get into these hips and that lower back, IT band, all this area that's super tight. So breathing here. Good. We'll take one more big breath here. Exhale. Go ahead, inhale, walk those hands back up so you're sitting up tall again. And from here, we're gonna shift over like ballet style. Take that right hand up and over. So it's actually quite active stretch. Think of trying to get your arm to reach out 45 degrees. So not really trying to touch your toe if that's not available for you, but definitely reaching up and out. And you should feel it all the way down the sideline of your body, all the way into your hips and your pelvis. You can kind of play around here, like stack your shoulders straight on top of each other, see how that feels, and then bring them down so they're more like parallel to the floor. See how that stretch, that feeling, that sensation changes and moves. Always breathing. And always reaching, super active stretch. Go ahead on your inhale, come back up. Go ahead, and then last thing, we're gonna shift our weight, shift our whole energy straight over that left foot. And again, keep that chest up, shoulders up. We're gonna walk those fingers towards those toes. So our goal is to get our chest as close to the toes as possible, not our forehead, not the crown of our head. Really reaching through those hamstrings, your hips, that lower back where it's tight. Go ahead, take one more big inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, inhale, walk those hands back up. And we'll reverse it. So put that, just kind of reverse all that work we just did. Drop that right hand down. Press your hips up high. And take a back bend with those legs down. The left heel's on the ground. Right knee pressing up through your hip. Reaching out with your left hand, up and out. Take a big inhale and exhale. Come back down. Good. All right, let's make our way back to tabletop. So I'm going to push back up into downward dog, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. So this time on your inhale, we'll sweep that left leg up high. Again, you can drop it behind you to open up that hip. Take some circles or even flip your dog for flip dog or wild child. Pressing those hips high, reaching out with your hands. Let's come back to three-legged dog, and we'll reach high. And exhale, come all the way through, leading with your knee, trying to get your shin close to parallel with the mat. And we'll sit up really tall for a proud pigeon. So walk your hands onto those fingertips. Take a big inhale. And exhale, walk your hands forward and surrender your head down to the ground. And make sure your head is supported by something, either the ground, your hands, your fists, a book, a pillow. You may also, depending on your flexibility, want to put a pillow under
your left hip as well. So the idea here is that everything is supported. It's not just like hanging out in midair. And from here, we surrender into this pose for a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer pose because we're just letting gravity act as we surrender to the pose. Take some big breaths. Make sure wherever you are, you relax that face. A little smile on the corners of your mouth. Good. Let it be easy. Good. Take one more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. On your next inhale, walk your hands back in. We'll come back to that proud pigeon. And again, if you want to challenge your core strength a little bit, you can take that right hand up, and then the left. Just put a smile on your face, reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, drop those hands. And we'll come all the way over your hips to a wide-legged seated stretch. So this time, the left leg is in, right leg is out. And we're going to sit up real tall and just walk straight forward over your left foot. Again, leading with your chest, leading with your heart. Your head's up, your gaze is active. Breathing through this stretch. Finding your limits and then pushing it just a little bit past that edge. Good. We'll take one more breath here. Big inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and inhale, walk those hands back up. Come to a tall seated position. Good. And then from here, let's sweep that left hand up and out. So hips are still facing forward. Arms are moving in opposite directions. So two different planes. Here, the stretch is really active up and out. So, and then experiment with just how it feels in your body. Try stacking your shoulders so they're straight on top of each other. And then maybe rock forward so your shoulders are parallel with the ground. Always reaching up and out with that left hand. Just see what feels good. Maybe what doesn't. Kind of playing around with your body. Everyone's body is different. And everyone's body is going to show up differently every single day as well. So whatever you could do tomorrow might not be the same, or what you could do yesterday might not be quite the same as today, and that's fine. Take one more big breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, inhale, come up, sit up tall. And we're going to shift our hips so our shoulders are squared over that foot. Hips are facing that right leg, and we're going to walk those hands forward. Again, the goal is to get our heart, our chest closest to our toes. Not the crown of your head, not your forehead, but your heart and your chest. Breathe into this stretch here. Good. You can also play around with bending that right knee a little bit. The straighter you keep the knee, the more it's going to stretch your hamstrings. If you bend your knee, it's going to put that stretch, that emphasis a little bit more on your left side of your lower back where that IT band connects. It might feel really good to just bend that front knee a little bit and get more into the lower back. Good. Take one more breath here. And on your inhale, walk those hands back up. come back to the middle. Let's come over to tabletop. Kind of just like take some movement that feels good in your body. Maybe like a quick round of cat-cow, maybe some figure eights. And then we're going to come to line on your back. And here. I'm going to stretch up to my favorite stretch, paddle pose. So we're going to start just legs up the wall. This is a really great restorative pose. It's really good for circulation, for digestion, for stress relief. And if you want to stay right here, just legs up the wall, that is a great option. If you want to take a little further, we're going to go into shoulder stand. So rock those hips up, elbows down, and then use your hands to support your lower back, your hips. Try to reach up tall. Think about squeezing everything in towards the midline and reaching up. So the work is coming through your whole body, evenly distributed, squeezing those glutes together, squeezing your legs together. Good. Breathe here. And from here, we're going to take it down into plow pose. So you can bring your knees down, toes back behind you, reach for the ground. If your toes reach the ground, you can take your hands down. If they don't touch the ground, keep that lower back supported, okay? So hands down, your real intense stretch here. So good. Breathe into it. Make sure you're breathing. We'll take one more breath. Drop those knees. We'll go to ear pinning pose, sort of crunching everything together. And then slowly, put your hands back on your hips. We'll slowly roll all the way down to lying on our back, legs out, arms out. Just pause here. Let our body absorb that work. Oh, you might feel some sensation in your lower back. Big release, almost to the point of sort of pain, sort of like an exquisite feeling. It just feels like that whole back has been stretched and is now releasing. All right, we're going to move into a sort of our final twist and then a resting posture. So bring that right knee up to your chest, left hand to your shin, right hand outside your knee. We're going to pull it in for half wind removing pose, pulling it outside your body, around your rib cage, into your armpit, using the upper body strength to pull, pull, pull. Take a big inhale and exhale. Release, and let's guide that leg all the way across the body for a supine twist. Arms go out like a T. Look back over your opposite shoulder, so nose and knees are pointing in opposite directions, and we're just going to breathe here. Good. One more breath in and exhale. Good. Let's come back onto your back, neutral spine, both hip bones on the ground. Switch out those legs. So right leg goes out, left leg comes in. Grab the outside of the knee, inside of the shin. Use that upper body strength to pull that leg around your rib cage up towards your armpit for half wind moving pose. Take a big inhale. And if you focus on it also extending your right leg, you'll probably feel that stretch in your hip flexor, that right leg as well. So lots of things going on here. As always, deep breath, little smile on the corners of your mouth. Good. And exhale. We'll release that leg, guide that knee across your body and down. Arms come out like a T. Look back over your opposite shoulder. And breathe into this twist. Good. One more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Come on back onto your back. Hips neutral. Both shoulder blades on the ground. Both hips on the ground. Bring those knees in. Squeeze everything into like a tiny ball. Like it's the tightest hug you've gotten all day. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Release everything to the ground. Legs go down. Arms out. You can flop your feet open so your kind of feet are like splayed open. And then let's lift your chest up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then lower back down. So it's going to open up your chest, palms on the ground. Just take a deep breath in and open mouth, exhale. Good. And we'll sink into this final resting pose, this Savasana. I'm going to be quiet and let you just breathe, let your body absorb the work that we did. A lot of times we move the body to still the mind and prepare to focus or prepare to meditate. And so just take a minute or two here. Focus on your breathing and then even let that fade into the background. Okay, wherever you've drifted to, let's start to bring awareness back to our body, starting with awareness to your breath. A little bit deeper inhale, a little more intentional exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing life back into your body. And then we'll raise those hands straight up overhead, taking a big stretch. And exhale, bend those arms and knees, roll over onto your side. Use your biceps as a pillow. We'll just pause right here in this fetal position. 1 or 2 more breaths before we get on with our day. Good. Gently push your way up to seated. Keep your eyes closed for now. Find an easy, seated, comfortable position that works for you. Maybe stack your legs or just have them out in front of you. And we'll finish the way we began, sitting up really tall. If there's a string you from the ceiling, almost elevating out of those hip bones. Hands on your knees. Gently bring those eyes closed again if they're open. Little smile on the corners of your mouth. And we'll take a deep breath in and open mouth, exhale. Good. Tuning into your body, noticing how it may feel a little differently than when we started 45 minutes ago. Take another inhale and open mouth, exhale. One more full body scan. How has your energy shifted? How has your stress level shifted? How does your body feel different? Finish with one more big inhale together. And open mouth exhale. Beautiful. All right, blink those eyes open. And we'll just seal in our practice by saying namaste. Forward means the divine teacher sees and recognizes the divine teacher in you. Thank you so much for joining me and doing this yoga practice with me today. You have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Annie.
And as always, if you have any questions and thoughts, comments, suggestions, I would love to hear them. So Leanne, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, it was a good way to start the day.
Good. Awesome. All right. Bye.